up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I'm Lena, and in this video I'm going to show you how I plan to pay off $18,000 of credit card debt in just 6 months. But before we get started, we have to head to the store and return some things that we don't need. You look at your receipts and you're like, I could use an additional $200. That's how I feel. So we're going to the store right now to return some things, and then we'll be right back. So as you guys may or may not know, I'm on a journey to level up my life, and that means so many different things. Leveling up my physical health, my mental health, and becoming financially free, paying off this credit card debt. I can't believe it's taken 28 years, a long 28 years, for me to get to this point. Here's what I learned. Any good goal needs a plan. A plan. That's it, guys. And no one has told me this. 28 years I've been here on this earth. No one shared this with me. It's funny because with money, somehow it just disappears when you're not paying attention. It's like one minute I get paid and I feel so rich, and then I blink and then it's gone. And I'm just like, excuse me, who's stealing all my monies? So on our credit card debt, as you guys may or may not know, we are about $18,000 in credit card debt. Ask me how we got there? Our wedding, that's how. So the interest is starting to catch up to us now. And so we realized we have to devise a plan to pay off our credit card debt more aggressively, because minimum payments that we're paying now is mostly going towards those interest charges and are not even putting a dent into our principal amount. So Armin and I had to sit down, literally look at our finances and figure out how much income we're receiving and how much expenses we had, and kind of literally plan month to month how we're going to save enough money to just literally pay off each card all at once. We also needed to look at what we needed to cut out and how we could do a better job saving, aka maybe returning some of those things that don't fit you. So here's what I did. I went through and itemized every little thing that we pay for, all of our bills, all of our credit card debt, all of literally every expense that we have, as small as my fitness app. And then I also calculated how much savings I have plus the income that I receive every 2 weeks. So what I did is I broke my Excel sheet into 3 columns: the 1st of the month, the 15th of the month, and the 30th of the month. And the reason why I did that is because I have bills that are due somewhere between the 1st to the 15th. On the 15th I get paid, and then I have bills somewhere between the 15th to the 30th, and then I get paid on the 30th of every month. So for me, having this try situation made the most sense for me in terms of trying to figure out where my money was at what time, and making sure I wasn't overspending between this period and leaving enough money here to be able to pay all the bills that I need to pay, and then still not be dead broke during that time, waiting for my next checks to come in. Then I made sure that I added my expenses and their due dates in the portion of time that I would need to pay them before I received my next payment. So for example, if I had a credit card bill that was due on the 13th, I would put it within the 1st to the 15th category, because I knew that I needed previous months. This is getting really complicated. Are you staying with me? I needed previous months money to be able to pay for that until I got paid on the 15th. So putting the due dates actually really helps me, because I'm a chronic due date misser. I always pay late fees, and it's a really bad habit because I have a phone. You know, I can literally put up my phone to help me remember, but ask me why I don't. So like I said, every good goal needs a plan. So this is part of me becoming more of an adult, I guess. I'm 28 years old. I don't know how much longer I can roll with that excuse. This is part of me becoming more organized and understanding that I need to make changes in what I'm doing, because what I'm doing is not working. It's affecting me when I have to pay an additional $30 fee, or if I have to pay a late fee, or whatever it is. So I'm trying to become more organized in the way that I'm doing this, because this has to be seamless for me to be able to pay it off in 6 months. So breaking it up like this helps me see how much I have at every part of the month, so that I'm not overspending and I'm not overstretching myself to the point where I pay a bill that I'm completely depleted and broke. So once I filled out every single month this way, I was able to see when I would have enough money to pay off one full credit card on one day. So for example, if I had $5,000 that I needed to pay off on my Citibank card, for example, I could pay that total $5,000 in that one sitting, and it wouldn't completely deplete all of my savings and all of the money in my account. So I found out at which points in my months I could pay off those credit cards. I tried to set up the Excel sheet so it's kind of user friendly and kind of foolproof, that you can like put in your expenses and put in your income to be able to, it just automatically calculate for you so that you can see where you are at every part of the month. So every time I determined a payoff period or a payoff date, I would go ahead and highlight it in my Excel sheet so it can like ring a bell to me, like, Lena, this is the date that you are going to pay off this credit card. Then I could move on to the debt plan, which is the very last tab. So in the debt plan, I listed every single card in chronological order that I would be paying it off. And then next to them, I put the payoff date. So I set up the Excel sheet that every time something changes, I can go in and change one thing and it'll change every single month from there. I don't need to go into every single month and change the amount that will be saved or the amount that I'll have at that point in time. It's kind of like on a link. So like when I change one thing, it changes everything all the way up to the last month that I have in there, which for me is gonna be August. So for example, if I spent more than I had anticipated, say for example, my car needed an oil change or I needed to change my tires or something like that, I could add that expense in the January expense sheet and that would change everything that I have planned until August automatically. So the most important part about this is Miss Lena, me, the lady that doesn't plan anything, is to make sure that I'm doing a better job planning. Like I said, I do not believe in extremism on anything. I don't believe that you shouldn't go and buy a coffee because it's going to derail you. I just think that you need to closely understand your finances, where things are going. So for me, like a coffee is not really going to change my Excel sheet. But for example, if I decide to go on a shopping spree or if I decide to go on vacation, which I do budget for in my months, I think that you should go on vacation. You shouldn't be so stringent that you're literally miserable for 6 months. So if I do something that's over $100 or $200, I will add it to the expense sheet because I want to be able to know, am I still going to be able to pay off my card on this date? Or will it change? Jeez, I need to stop drinking kombucha. So I need to know, will I still be able to pay off this card on this date? Or will this purchase so greatly affect my plan that I'll need to change it? Then I can think to myself, do I need these pair of pants? Yes or no? But if I feel like I don't necessarily need this thing, I won't get it. But if I feel like I need it and it's going to change the dates, then that's a consequence I'm willing to live with, and that's just how it goes, you know? So then after I figure out my debt plan, which means what days each card is going to be paid off in full, and then I will go ahead and I'll grab my phone. You know, we have this handy dandy phone, but for some reason, when it comes to paying off anything, I don't know how to use it, but I'm gonna start using it. Here we go. So then I'll go on my phone and I'll go to my calendar and I'll add every single date that this bill is gonna be paid off, but I'll set the reminder for 2 days in advance so that I can know 2 days ahead, Lena, don't do anything crazy because you're gonna pay off your debt on this day. Is it actually 6 months or am I just bullshitting? Hold on, let me see. It's about 6 or 7 months if everything goes according to plan. By August, if we stay in the exact same position that we're in, by August we'll be debt-free. Not only debt-free, guys, but also we'll be able to save about $8,600. That's the most I've ever saved in my life. So if I get there, awesome. If Armin gets a job by then, that number could be even higher. Of course, situations change. You don't know what's gonna happen. Everything is in God's hands. It's good to plan, to have an idea of where you are spending your money, because me, I get a little swipe happy, and if I'm not paying attention to my bank account, I literally will I'll blow through my money. I don't even know how. I'm literally not doing anything but working out and sitting at home making YouTube videos. Another thing that I want to say is sometimes I notice that with cash, I'm not as spend happy as I am with card. So obviously with online shopping, you can buy things on your card and stuff like that. Usually I know that when I go to the bank and I take my cash out and I put it I'm not gonna tell you where I put it. I never spend cash. I literally have had a $10 bill in my wallet for months and I've never used it. But my card, I'll be swiping left and right. If you have trouble with your card, take that money out and put it in a place that's safe and you won't tap into it. Trust me, you're so, human psychology is so interesting because it's you're so used to using your card that you'll have cash in your home and you're not gonna use it. You're literally not gonna use it, trust me. You might use it. but don't use it, okay? We've been trying to pay off this debt for almost 2 years now. I can't believe it's literally been almost 2 years since we've been married, but we've been trying to pay it off for almost 2 years. And we keep putting these great scenarios, like if we both have jobs, we'll be able to pay it off in 2 months. It's no big deal, blah, 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 all this stuff. But that's not how life works. You're only given what you're given, right? And you can only make choices on your circumstances at this point in time. It makes more sense to devise a plan to pay this off with the situation and the income that we have right now, instead of waiting for this perfect moment. So if you like this Excel sheet that I have, I went ahead and I linked a copy of it below. All you need to do is go in, add your income, add your expenses, and it should do the work for you. Feel free to change it up if you feel like you want to. Like I said, if you change one thing in 1 month, it'll automatically change it in every single month. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll definitely give you guys an update in a couple of months on my financial journey. Feel free to comment down below any questions that you have. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Woo!